Scorpio. My name is Audrey Alison, and this is your February 2015 forecast for the month. I'm very happy to be here, and thanks for tuning in and for subscribing and liking and sharing these posts. It means a lot to me, and thanks for being so supportive on this business venture with me. I really appreciate it. Okay, so we've got some action happening this month, but nothing too dramatic. We're going to save that for March and April. So February is good action. It's smooth, and I like that. We have a full moon on the 3rd of February, and this full moon is at 14 degrees Leo in your 10th house of career. So I like this because there's an illumination to your 10th house. You could be ending a direction of your career at this time. Sorry, malfunction in the top area. Let's get it aligned. Okay. You could be ending something in regards to your career, but also how you are being seen, your recognition. So, you know, full moons bring something to an ending, but they also bring something hidden out. So maybe there is a scandal happening that you are privy to in the career sector. But you know, your 10th house is also the highest point on your astrological wheel. It's the 10th house. It's the highest point. So there's prominence there. There's recognition. It could be retirement. How the world is seeing you at the very precipice of the astrological wheel. So you could switch directions in the career right now, and you would have support in doing so. On the 11th, Mercury goes direct, yay, at 1 degree Aquarius. So Mercury's been retrograde for about 3 weeks, and still is as I'm recording these. Mercury is direct in your 4th house of home. So your environment is now running smoothly. You could have had a lot of equipment breakdown in the home, dishwashers, electronics malfunctioning, computers, or the literal home, you know, repair on the home itself. But now that he's direct, things are relatively smooth in that area now for you, which is a good thing. On the 18th, we have our new moon at 29 degrees, 59 minutes of Aquarius. Last month, we had an Aquarius new moon at 0 degrees. So this is technically the second new moon for that sign, but this is also affecting your 4th house of home and your 5th house also of children and romance. So having a new moon in the 4th house, you could be changing the living environment, where you're living, and maybe even working from the home or starting a creative project from your home. It'd be a good time to think about that because you've got planetary support to initiate an independent endeavor out of the home. The sun on the same day as the new moon, the 18th, enters Pisces like it does every year through March 20th. And this brings on your romance, but also the beautiful relationship that you have with your children. For those of you Scorpios with kids, the sun in the 5th, this time each year, you probably have a very smooth understanding and reciprocated loving energy with your children, which is beautiful. But also the sun in Pisces for you, Scorpio, a sister water sign, could trigger a new romance. It could trigger something that you're passionate about, because the 5th house is passionate and fun, and it's what you enjoy. There's no headaches with the 5th house. It's what comes easy to you. What's your pleasure? How do you like to spend your leisurely activities? What are you passionate about? Who are you passionate about? And your romance. So you could probably get something activated at that time for those of you looking for connection. For those of you already in relationships, this is a super sweet time when the sun is in the 5th house for you. So you're probably really enjoying the person that you're with. On the 19th, we have a romantic transit happening. Mars is going to enter Aries the sign that he naturally governs. But then Venus follows suit on the 20th and enters Aries as well. So Mars will be stationed in Aries through the 31st of March, and Venus will be in Aries until the 17th of March. So the male energy of Mars mixed with the feminine energy of Venus is a great balance, all residing in your 6th house of health and daily routine and workout regimens and the daily, I said daily routine, your work, the structure of the hours within your day, Scorpio. So Mars's energy and stamina and drive and will and determination and passion and physicality and fast-paced tempos, and Venus is love and beauty and sensuality. So there's a smoothing over with Venus following Mars's tail. Mars can be harsh. That's where we get our aggression and our anger. But then there's Venus. She's like, listen, baby, calm down. It's okay. She smooths over Mars's harshness. So they work really well together. And when they do enter Aries, they're going to meet up with Uranus, who's been stationed there for 4.5 years. And Uranus is electricity, is surprise, shock, is abrupt, sudden surprise. So you could, you'll have energy to work out in the 6th because Mars is there, but you could suddenly hear of a new method of working out or suddenly change the technique in which you are practicing better health, whether that's diet, exercise. Something is smoothing over with Venus, beautifying your approach to your health and your approach to the structure of your day. There's an ease to her when Mars is there with Uranus. She's a benevolent planet, and Mars is the maleficent energy. So, malefic energy. Benefic, malefic. So it's kind of, the antithesis of each other, but they support each other when conjunct in a section of the astrological wheel. So, Saturn is still in he's out of your sign. He's in Sagittarius, 4 degrees. So that's your 2nd house of income. You're able to budget, Scorpio. You're able to balance your finances this month. And Saturn will almost insist on it because he is rebuilding and restricting your spending to things that are absolutely necessary. So by the time he leaves this sector for you, which is actually 3 years he'll be there. Well, now it's, 2 years, 10 months. December of 2018, he leaves. And when that happens, your money will be more than it is now. You'll have managed to save a lot when Saturn is in the 2nd house. You'll have no choice but to. He's insistent upon that. Leo is also, Jupiter's in Leo in your 10th house, retrograde. I feel like your career, the full moon is going to be conjunct Jupiter in your 10th house of career, and you could change it up entirely. You could find yourself either early retiring or changing your career in itself majorly. All right, let me get to the cards, Scorpio, and see what is up for you for February 2015. Also, if you'd like a reading with me, I'm at audreyallison.com, and you can book with me all through the week. I'm available, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, also on Facebook, Audrey Allison Astrology and Tarot. What is Scorpio up to for February? The Knight of Coins. On 3 separate readings, I started the reading with the King of Coins. And I kept telling those signs that they were mastering their environment and occupation because the king is at a level that you reach and that's it. that's what's up. You're the king. There's no higher authority except for perhaps the emperor, but that's a major arcana card. But now you're a knight. Not to say that you're not the king of your own world, but when it comes to your financial arena, this is the protector of your health and wealth. Ah, the 6th house, where Mars and Venus are entering. So the knight is not as advanced as the king in his earnings yet. It doesn't mean by the end of Saturn's day you won't be the king. But there's something actually very beautiful about your health changes right now, Scorpio. So what are you doing differently with the diet or with your body? All right, that's the first card. Let me not get too far ahead. Ooh, the World. This is coming full circle. You know, going, how do I say this? It's like trapped in my mouth. Going out of the way just to come right back where you were. And there's a beautiful protection to this card that maybe you needed to wander, and there's a fated goal, a goal of the work, and all of the elements in this card are combined. Ah, the Beast, addiction. The 8 of Swords is an addiction, but something that's making you trapped, blocked, or frustrated. And the Queen of Swords. This is either an air sign female. It's Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. So there's a few other cards that fell out, so let me pull them. Oh, the Moon, major arcana card, your emotions, and the Hangman, major arcana card. I'm thinking that some of you Scorpios feel stuck somewhere here in either limbo or hanging, standing still, feeling like you've just spending your money, not moving forward. Maybe you're spending money on a vice or an addiction that no longer serves you. That could be how that's interpreted. Because remember, you're the protector of your health and wealth. So you want to release anything that you're spending your money on that's influencing your health in a bad way, or your body or your physicality. Now, there's something that tells me you intuitively already know what this is. You know what I'm talking about. But there's a goal here. They're saying that in all 4 seasons on this card, winter, spring, summer, fall, fire, earth, air, water, for a year from now, you're going to be in a much different place. For any of you who are recovering or dealing with recovery, this would be, you know, one day at a time in a year from now. You know, just your goal is to get a year away from where you are right now, is what it feels like when it comes to addiction. Now, for those of you who aren't addicts and these cards came up together, it could be you're at a standstill. And also remember that vice is not always tangible. There are behavioral patterns and default programming that we resort to mentally because we're used to it. You do anything 3 times, it's a habit. So where are your default settings inside of you, Scorpio? When you are stuck, do you react and deflect to a certain behavioral pattern? You might want to reassess that this month because they're showing support for handling it. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Audrey Allison, and I will see you next month. I wish you a beautiful February, Scorpio, and have a sweet day. Bye.